We included unique features and characterization, easily recognisable to the genre, introducing the main character first, used characters of our target audience age groups, and established the plot before we read into the story.
Our genre was independent, so we decided to lead on and explore this in more detail, finding that at least 60% of the people we surveyed preferred to watch a subgenre of rom-com. We conformed to the aspects of both, introducing both main protagonists in the opening scenes. Due to research of previous romantic films, most movies that feature these protagonists open up a huge fan base and appeal to a wide range of audience types. We adapted our shots from our preliminary task. In this case, we used another reflecting shot, but made sure to position ourselves so the camera wasn't visible, a mistake we had encountered earlier. We made sure our tracking shots were slower to establish our pace and ensure we didn't achieve a jumpy appearance. We also explored and improved more varieties of shot from our preliminary, using stop motion, time lapses, and certain angles at relevant points in time to enhance the storyline and be clear and concise. In one of our shots, we used a wide angle to frame Nina against the expanse of the building and convey to the audience how small and outsiderly she is to the current situation. We also used a mid-shot directly after this to show the body language between both of our protagonists and show that they are close to each other, having similar traits and being relatable to the audience.
After our preliminary, we all enhanced our skills with Premiere Pro and gained a clear understanding of how to transition between shots smoothly and easily. During the preliminary, we tried to create tension and suspense through the use of quick cuts. However, we did not achieve the desired effect, subverting the genre for what was meant to be a thriller to a slapstick comedy when the character was falling down the stairs. In the main task, to make sure these mistakes were not repeated, we reduced our frames down to 1 to 2 seconds to create a rushed pace and keep the audience alert and interested. We also used edited shots effectively to link different scenes together and make the storyline fluent.
We decided to use the mise-en-scène of a house, Bristol, a bus and Newey. As there is a transition in places, instead of just filming in one setting, it allows our production to become more realistic and memorable. We tried to frame each shot so that the most important item or character was central, to convince our audience of their significance. We also had to take into consideration the possibility of unnecessary extras in each of our shots. In most cases, we also had to remove the audio as it distracted from the visuals and lowered the quality of our production.
During both the preliminary and the main task, we were unable to source the correct sound equipment. To resolve this, we re-recorded the diegetic dialogue and edited it back into the correct place, altering the sound levels to make it more realistic. Scenes where background noise was present, for example, the suitcase being pulled, we decided to raise the level in order to signify the change in location. This was also enhanced by the soundtrack, which was scheduled to change in beat as she walks outside. The soundtrack from SoundCloud was upbeat and helped the transitions between frames become fluent and natural. This, in effect, helped to avoid any unwanted background noise that we gained from initial filming.
To ensure efficient filming, we planned out timings beforehand. We arranged that half our group would get on the bus at one stop to gain our desired shots from one angle there, whilst the other half got on the bus at stop after to gain another angle and change the perspective of the scene, which would massively help during post-production and meant we had more shots to arrange, allowing us to choose more carefully what we did and didn't want to include. To do this, we had to direct our protagonists and communicate to the whole group to ensure those who were filming were set up with all the needed equipment ready for when our protagonists got on the bus. We have learned a variety of new skills during this production that we were able to include and adapt from our preliminary, as well as those that we have not been able to use during our previous shoot. For example, in the last shoot, we tried to film an interactive reflective shot of the door opening. However, it reflected our camera equipment in the process. We decided to adapt this shot for our main task by using correct framing and stop motion as a way of dramatising our protagonist looking out the bus window. We also learned how to correctly process a time-lapse, allowing us to show a passing of time without drawing away from the already established pace of the film.
In conclusion, we think that we have managed to successfully improve upon shots in our preliminary and built up a good storyline. We have learnt how important each aspect of media is when filming and how much needs to be considered and planned before filming even takes place.
Leading on to us feeling like we've opened a new door in our main task, leaving behind the bad points we encountered in our preliminary and taking this on into the future.